If you've been doing gig work for as long as I have, you frequently ask yourself the same question. Is this app still worth it? Or on the other side of the spectrum, you ask yourself the question, should I get into this app that I don't already have? Well, as we continue our pros and cons series, telling you the goods and the bads of all of the major apps in the gig economy, we find ourselves at Target for Shipt. Is Shipt worth it in 2026? Let's go over the pros and the cons, and we'll answer that together. Let's get it going. Hello, and welcome back to another Cruisin with Corey. Again, as we said in the intro, we are continuing our series of the pros and cons video. We already did Walmart Spark, and you guys really loved that and got a lot out of it. So we're taking it here to Target for our second in the series for Shipt. Shipt is an app that came out in the mid-2010s with grocery delivery. It was right up in line with Instacart and did grocery orders, and it really kind of has a different vibe than Instacart. But when Target took it over in 2017, it gained a lot of steam and a lot of market share and is a lot more popular now, but it's still kind of under the radar for a lot of people, and many haven't heard of it. So in this video, we're going to go over the pros and cons and let you know my thoughts, and maybe it's new to you, or maybe you might have conflicting thoughts to what I have. That's the fun of these videos. If it's your first time here, hit the like, share, comment, subscribe, notification bell, all that fun stuff. We are on our mission to 1,000 subscribers, and I would love to get there with the help from you guys. I'm a dad. These apps are how I make the majority of my money. I need the flexible schedule for my family, so this is what works for me, my wife, my kids, and all that fun stuff. So if you can relate to that, again, join us for the ride. But here we are. Let's start it. I got 5 pros, I got 5 cons, and we're going to start off positively with the pros. Because it's the most important, number 1 is going to be money. Shipt does have the second highest base pay potential in the gig marketplace, second only to Spark. The base pay structure is weird with Shipt. It does scale a lot more on the item count, so your big item orders are going to be your big payouts. You can have a long distance order with only one item, and it's going to pay in line with Instacart, maybe a few dollars more than that, but you will see 20s, 30s relating to base pay here. So certainly, while it's not necessarily Spark all the time, it's going to pay you more than DoorDash. It's going to pay you more than Uber Eats. It's going to pay you more than Instacart. And in some cases, it can line up with Spark with the base pay. In the same vein as that, there's a lot of promo pay, which is just surge pay, so to speak. They'll also do on-time delivery boost, kind of getting you to take that order and get it to the customer on time. So you can, even if you see a base pay that's blah, you can get it. If your market allows it, you can definitely make really good money. Seldom do I take Shipt orders that are paying me less than $20, and that's before the tip. I've had $20, $30, $40 base pays before. It's possible. So just right off the cuff, the money from the top, the guaranteed money, I'm going to give it to Shipt. Number 2, and that's going to be the shopping experience. There's really no limitations here. On Spark, for example, you'll get yelled at for department mismatches. DoorDash sends you through all these hoops on substitutions. Instacart wants you to send all these things. Really, nothing has to be done here. You are in command of your own show, and I'll kind of get into that at the very end in the summary too, but you're in command of your own show. If a customer needs to add something, add it. If they need to sub something, sub it. I personally have never came across the app saying, nope, can't do that. Nope, can't do that. You really are free to do what you need to do, which only helps your customer experience, which only helps your money in the end. Number 3, you can add orders, you can stack, and to quote one of the big gig tubers out there, you can bet on you. Not Pedro, but you can bet on you. What do I mean by that? Shipt allows you flexibility, and in my opinion, it really is the most contractor feeling app that there is. You feel like you're in command of your show. If you look at your Shipt order board, you can take whatever orders you want to take. I mean, I think up to 3 per hour. You can schedule your orders in advance. You can go ahead and get preferred shoppers and whatnot. So people can choose you. Well, not, they can't choose you, but you can get priority access to certain customers if they request you. So you really can, as I said, bet on yourself. You know what your hourly time frame is. You have to get this order delivered by 7. Another order comes up. Can you get that order also delivered by 7? You know, you're not going by a get there by 6:46. No, you get there by the time you need to get there. Sometimes there's leeway, but you are the one setting your destiny. So if you feel like you can do it, if you feel like you can make it work and you can make the time right, take it. Shipt gives you that flexibility and that power to be your own boss, more so than I think the other apps allow you to. Number 4, multiple merchants. Shipt is not like Spark, where it's kind of a one-trick pony. Now, Spark does have, obviously, Walmart, and I mentioned a couple others. But Shipt, again, I said in the intro, it's more akin to an Instacart. If you go on the Shipt customer app, look at all of the merchants that you can see. You have your Targets, but you have CVS, you have Walgreens, you have Petco. A lot of local and chain grocery stores will be available. So not so much in my market, but I've seen in Shipt groups that people in the Midwest, Kroger, Meijer, if those are in your area, you can make a killing just doing the Kroger and Meijer routes and just doing those orders, getting your preferred shoppers. And of course, that will help you, if your market allows, to minimize dead miles. Not every trip is a return to Target. Now, again, this is all market dependent, but the fact still stands. Look at your Shipt customer app, see what stores are around you, and you can kind of plan your routes that way. Number 5, the best rewards. Now, all of these apps have rewards things. We'll give you this, we'll give you that, we'll give you this, and a lot of those little things aren't tangible. Shipt is the only one that I feel like actually gives you tangible things. I tend to be a Summit Star, which is 30 orders a month over 2 months, and then you have to have really high metrics. I usually always get that. And they will give you $50 of credit to the Shipt store. They will give you 75 cents a gallon cash back on the Upside app on 2 fill-ups. So I usually fill up my family minivan. That's about 20 gallons. So with the other things, I basically get $20 back or $19 back, and I get that twice. So I'm basically getting $40 back in Upside money to fill my minivan tank off of my Shipt. They also give you car advised discounts, half off oil changes. Those are tangible in my opinion. I've used car advised. I do think it's actually worth it. Getting $50 to shop as a Shipt customer, I think is a really good perk, and I use it to help out my friends. I've added my friends as preferred shoppers, so I let them know I'm doing my order. I'm going to give you a good tip. So take my order. I know I'm going to get good service when I need to place that order. And now on to the cons. The cons of Shipt. And this is the biggest, can I repeat that? Biggest con. And I don't care how much you love the app, this is still a problem. You only get tips in post. No pre-tipping is visible in most instances. What do I mean by that? On most apps, DoorDash, Spark, Instacart, the customer places their order and they put their predefined tip on it. And then you see that tip when you accept the order, so you know exactly what you're going to get paid. On Shipt, it does not work like that. If a customer orders a Target order, Target orders are similar to Spark. They're prepaid. You're not going through checkout. You're basically just getting audited at the door by the self-checkout or customer service, and they let you go. The customer will only be able to tip afterwards. They will get an email that says rate and tip, and that's where they will tip. It's not up front. So a lot of customers don't know this, and they won't tip. And a lot of customers do know this, and they still won't tip, but that's just the way of the world. If someone orders through the Shipt app, it will show if they have pre-tipped, but again, you still don't get it for 2 hours. So That part is not as abnormal, but in my market where most of my orders are Target prepaid orders, it's a gamble on whether or not you're getting tips. Now, Shipt has tried to fix this a little bit. It'll show estimates of whether they think the customer is going to tip based on their past history of tipping and ordering and what they have done in the past. And it will, as I said, show the pre-tip. But if the customer is new to the platform and they're doing a Target order, you don't know. So a lot of orders turn into gambles and you need to track your customers. Con number 2, the rigid metrics. Shipt and this could be a pro. This is a con to the majority of the market, but it could be a pro to you. The metrics are super rigid. It's the highest, in my opinion. I think it's the highest customer service rating. It's 4.7 that you have to have. I'll fact check this, but it's the highest customer service rating that you have to have. The on-time rating is huge because, again, it's all based on the delivery window. If it says 6 to 7, if you're there at 7:01, you are late, you're getting dinged. Unless it's called a promo pay order, and then they'll give you some extra time, but those aren't as frequent anymore. So customer service and on time is absolutely huge. If you have a time anxiety of, oh my God, I need to be here at a certain time, this might not be the app for you because everything that you do is on the clock. If it's 7:02 and you see an order for 8 o'clock, you have to do the time in your head. Can I do this? Where is it going? Will I have trouble with these items? How is the delivery destination? Do I know where I'm going? Because you have to be there at 8 o'clock, especially if there's a bonus tied to it. You have to be there on time. So that is a very big thing here, is the metrics, but that could be a positive because if you're good at what you're doing, you might be able to swing that to your advantage and take advantage of it. So I'm going to call it a con, but you might be able to swing it your way. Number 3, while I talked about the base pay being good in the intro as a pro, I will say that the pay is on a decline. At the time of this recording, it's still pretty decent for base pay. When I started on Shipt in 2022, you really didn't see orders that were less than $1 a mile base pay. Now it's very common. So the base pay is on the way down. They have changed the promo pay system where most orders would go up to $8 to $10 if they weren't taken. And they've now turned it into an on-time delivery pay because now they don't want people taking advantage of being late or being allowed to be late. They want the orders delivered on time, and that makes sense. But what they have done is they've tweaked their system. So basically, it is so hard to stack orders on boost pay these days. It is so hard to maximize the surges, maximize the on-time pays. They've really tightened things up so much that it's like they really only want you making one order at a time, and that's not how you make money. So you still can make things work. You can still do good things and maximize that base pay. But I will say, at the time of this recording, which is in late December 2025, it is on the decline. It's still good for now, but it's on the decline. And when it's going to fall off the cliff, I don't know. But I feel like it's on the horizon. It's on the horizon. I feel like it's on the horizon. It's coming. Con number 4. This app has an elitist feeling to it. And this is very subjective, I know, but I'm in a lot of the Reddit groups and I just get the vibe. And when I read these things, a lot of the old time Shipt drivers are so salty when new drivers come in the market. They're like, they're taking my preferred customers. The new drivers get all the good customers. And that's true. We know it on all apps. You get your honeymoon phase. We all know that exists. But the Shipt drivers just get so salty about it. And I'll see, and this might be a me thing. I might be throwing myself under the bus as a bad driver, but you go to the Shipt group, well, I have this. I got these bags, and I got a cooler, and I got ice because my customer stuff's going to be frozen, and blah, 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 and you got to do it this way, and I have this, and my Lord, this is a gig work job. How serious are you taking this? And I understand I have cooler bags and I use them when I feel is necessary, but I'm not bringing a cooler of ice with me for my gig work job. Who's paying for that? That's coming out of my pocket. Because Timmy's waffles are going to be 1 degree cooler. You know, maybe that's just a me thing, but as I go through the Shipt shopper groups, I feel as though it is more elitist. If you ask a question, they're going to say,
"Did you read the hub? Did you read the hub? Did you read the hub?"
The hub is kind of the long manual of Shipt, so to speak. Shipt doesn't have as many in-app tools to guide you like DoorDash, even Spark, Instacart. So it's a lot of it is read the hub. And they'll tell you, read the hub. And they won't give you the advice because they want that one up on you. They want you to fail so they can succeed. This could be a me thing, but I'm pretty good at reading the room, and that's what I get. Number 5. Shipt has the biggest learning curve. And again, this is one of the ones that you can turn into a positive for you. Because if something has a big learning curve, that means that to be good at it is a lot more meaningful. It shows that you're good at it and that you can succeed at it and that people will give up and they won't take your cake because everybody wants their cake. So again, as I said in number 4, you have the Shipt hub. There's a lot of things, nuances with certain stores. Customers can't preload their rewards cards for stores in my market, so it says use your personal one. Make sure the customer gets the deal. Or there's just certain nuances that are in the hub, and they're nowhere else. You're not going to get a pop-up that says do this, do this. Ooh, let me hold your hand and guide you through this. It's not DoorDash or Instacart or Spark. There's no hand holding on Shipt. It's not hard, but you'll have to figure things out. And again, the hub does that. But let's be real, who reads manuals these days? Nobody. That's why apps spoon feed you as much as they do. Here, they want you to read the manual. And I'll reiterate, this app is not hard, but you're not going to get your questions answered easily. You're going to have to figure it out, or you're going to have to look it up, because support is on the same level of support on every other app.
Nice.
My summary is that Shipt is still a great app. It is one of my go-tos. It's right in line with Spark, with the apps that I do the most regularly in a given week. I like it. Again, I like to get my Summit Star. I like to get my credits, and I like to get my preferred shoppers. I like to know who's good. I have different tips and tricks specific to Shipt that I will share with you guys in future videos. So I'm still going to give it the thumbs up for now. Check out your markets, what stores are available. Maybe there's a wait list, get on it, but I highly recommend it. And I think it'll be good to add to your repertoire for 2026. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. We are on our mission to 1,000 subscribers here on Cruisin with Corey. This has exponentially grown faster than I anticipated, and I want to be ready and rare, and we'll have you guys along for the ride for me. A lot of content I have in the works. I have a whole laundry list of videos I want to release that aren't just ride-alongs. I want to give you the tips and tricks that I have. I'm not sponsored. I'm not an influencer. I'm one of you guys. I'm a regular person who just needs to make money. And I feel like I can give a lot of you guys some of my tips and tricks. So again, like, share, comment, subscribe. This is Cruisin with Corey. Corey out.